The reconstitution of what is called the human microbiota, that is the ensemble of microbes that are part of our body, is beneficial in improving autism symptoms.
Our gene expression, our digestion, our metabolism, everything relies actually on these microorganisms. So the scientists are now saying, we're not human. We are something called a superorganism. And that we should really be conscious of the fact that in order to have health, in order to have happiness, in order to digest our food and access a lot of the minerals that are found on this planet, we need to be conscious of the fact that these are part of us. These organisms are part of us.
But we have 10 times as many microbial cells in our body than human cells. So from the point of view of the number of cells that you and I have at this moment, we are only 10% human. There is a book entitled 10% Human. It is perfectly right.
They say, well, you know, our cells are completely immune to glyphosate because we don't have that metabolic pathway, which sounds like a good story, you know. You'd be happy to believe that. But the problem is that our gut microbes do have that pathway, and they use it to produce molecules that are essential to us. We can't make them because we don't have the pathway. So we rely on our gut microbes to supply us.
The new thinking is, you know, rather than looking at what pathogen has come in that's causing the illness, it's like which healthy bug is missing that's causing the illness. You know, there's a big shift in it.
In addition to the human cells of the brain, there are the microbial cells of the brain, and they are not there by case or coincidence. They participate in the function of the brain. And again, probably when our ancestors began to consume fermented food, they began to populate their brains with microbes, and this may have played a pivotal role in the evolution of the brain.
Some researchers are saying these are like our sixth sense. We have our eyes, we have our ears, we have our noses, and we're constantly determining what's friend or foe in the outside environment, but we actually have an entire cell network, primarily lined on the outside of our body. On the inside of our intestinal tract is actually considered the outside of our body, our nasal passage, our lungs, our eyes, the places that we're going to come in contact with microbes.
Scientists coined the term second brain. And with the word second brain, they indicated all these neurons that are dispersed in the GI tract. And they are connected in a bidirectional way. We all know that when we are anxious, we immediately have some repercussion in our gut. What is less intuitive is that the communication is bidirectional. When there is something wrong in our gut, and it is sensed by the neurons of our gut, this information goes up to the brain. So the two brains, they don't have a hierarchical relationship with the first brain controlling the second. No, they're peer. So there are two brains located in different parts of the body, or we may say the same brain located in different parts of the body, one inside our skull, the other in the thickness of the walls of our intestine.
All the mothers who recovered their children from autism kept saying, work on the diet first, work on the gut first, and then you can reach out to other therapies or other, supplementation, whatever will be needed to help this kid later on.